Yeah.
It is.
This is your regular charge count, also known as your regular charge count. Alternate charge count. We have one.
Yeah, we're gonna get regular if you know, saying that like
Think about
At the end of the day, here's the sources of building. It's a savings charge.
that's a lot.
Okay, so regular charge now.
so what type of institutions provide that?
Regular charge kind of has that limit.
Okay, so
You
there's
don't
a way,
pay like really until.
so there's a way to get free.
Revolving charge count has the initial price of the same store, even if you have a. And then you go on, alone.
Well,
I got now.
she's very, you know, if you're going to buy, is there gonna be an interest rate on your?
Yeah, you're missing the.
And provides an interest.
Yeah, so that's the first year I did that, that's the only one we got. I said, interest rate on a loan. That's all I got.
A financial institution. I'll give you a hint, all of these commercial banks. Those are all examples of a financial institution.
I prefer not to drive.
Okay, what it is, I
I feel like I'm gonna get around. I'm like,
Got it.
hurt somebody.
I feel like nobody too awesome.
mean, it's
What?
Too busy.
so is there, and then,
I'll say I don't.
I prefer to ride.
The only time
It's convenient just to have it.
it's gonna be
I don't like driving is when I'm not ready, and that way I'll say I'll second.
Well, if you're in really, you don't have to worry about partying, you just get pulled straight up.
Yeah.
timekeepers.
I always have
How many groups need more time?
Yeah, this
And I
is.
don't really have
a ride. Especially because
Did you make me
Like certain people like, some people I'm like, 200% forever. I have to really do it.
you just like kind of like zone out.
And the groups that are done, go ahead and.
It's all that's just like how we did
Especially in the morning. If I drive in the mornings, I can't do it.
And then spokesperson, go ahead and kind of read through your sentences.
Probably.
And you can pick out your best sentence that you want to share out loud for the whole class.
Seriously, when they do that to me, they better jump me up. Otherwise, I'm not sitting in that chair. What? Get your wisdom teeth out. They're gonna have to make me so high on their drugs. Otherwise. Yeah, okay. I hate this. I hate teeth calls. They have to like make me numb and make like kill you things.
This summer I had to get like, this summer I had to get 6 times.
Oh my god.
I brushed my teeth, guys. I had
Okay.
I never just read that's fine. And I like I'll try sometimes and I'll just forget and just like whatever.
Oh, and then I don't have time. It takes me so long to just get
It makes it weird. And then just they told me that something was like that. I'm gonna get either way.
Okay, so, the spokesperson, have you picked out your favorite sentence? Favorite best? Okay. Alright, groups, I need you to look at, okay, everyone, hey. Okay, everyone I need you to look at your baggies, and you'll notice you have either an A or a B on your baggie. And, okay, my A groups are more of your financial institutions, and if you looked up in your book, you were more of the first half of chapter, or section 4.2. And my B groups are more of the types of charge accounts. So when we share, I'm gonna have the A group go first, and B groups, you need to really pay attention since you didn't have any of these words, okay? And vice versa. So who are my A groups? Okay, so we'll have over here, spokesperson in the first A group. So everyone listen to our spokesperson.
We're reading all of them?
Just your best one that you wanna pick.
Credit union is a financial institution that gives loans.
Perfect, simple to the point, wonderful. Okay, and you guys are in A?
Alrighty.
Okay, all right, let's listen up. Yes, examples of the financial institutions. Okay, and I had one more, yes? Okay, go ahead.
You need credit to get a loan, and there's an interest rate.
Yes, perfect. Okay, and then my B groups then, and so A groups, you need to really pay attention since you didn't have these list of words. Yes,
Yeah, there are two types of charge accounts, regular or revolving.
yes. Okay,
Your credit card is a revolving charge account where you can make equal installments.
yes. Not necessarily have to be equal, but yes, okay. And, okay, this group back here, you guys were all one big group, yes. Okay, and back here.
Right.
I have a regular charge account on my credit card that I don't have an interest rate on.
I would like to have that charge account of interest, yes, that'd be nice. Okay, thank you very much for sharing.
No.
No.
Oh, we have one more.
One more, I'm sorry, I thought you guys were, I'm sorry.
I just made a
Please go.
bunch of sentences.
Okay, go ahead.
So no worries, I'm not gonna read it. Charge accounts can come as regular, revolving, or installment.
Okay, wonderful, thank you guys. If you haven't, go ahead and collect your, things, and organizers, go ahead and use your own second page, where you guys can refer their names.
Miranda, there's a couple more.
I'm like a practice skipper.
I didn't even
I can't show the story.
Okay, and one type of loan that your book didn't really discuss, if you guys during the summer ever watch daytime TV after like the Montel Williams show or something like that, they talk about payday loans, a quick fix, check into cash, things like that. And these will all be options to you once you turn 18. You'll be eligible for these types of loans. So I have a very quick, it's less than 2-minute clip here that just kind of explains what a payday loan is and its dangers. So go ahead.
Meet Jennifer. She's having trouble paying her bills and making rent on time. So, like 12 million Americans a year, she takes out a cash advance on her paycheck and she makes it through another 2 weeks. Problem solved, right? Not necessarily. Payday loans are different from other kinds of loans because you don't get to pay them back over time. You have to pay them back all at once. You can get them in lots of places, in storefronts, online, even in a few banks. To qualify, Jennifer needs 2 things. Income, easy, she's got a job, and a checking account. Jennifer is short $375 on her rent, which is also the average payday loan amount. To get the loan, she just has to agree to pay a one-time fee of $55. 2 weeks later, though, Jennifer's situation isn't any better, and she can't afford the $375 to pay back the loan. But she can't afford another $55 to renew the loan. If Jennifer is a typical payday loan customer, she's going to do this again and again for 5 months of the year, paying $520 in fees, all for that original $375 loan to pay her rent. Jennifer's story is a common one. Payday loans are marketed as short-term solutions for emergency use, but the reality is quite different. To learn more about payday loans, use
Okay. Like I said, very short, kind of to the point, that's why I liked it. And so you can see kind of the attraction to it. You know, I'm short on my rent this month, you know, what am I gonna do? I have nowhere, you know, and it's usually for people who have already maxed out their credit cards, they can't get a loan anywhere else. These types of places are very attractive to people like that, and so, and like they said in the video, you know, 2 weeks later, when you get your next paycheck, you can't afford to pay back that loan because, well, you have the same job, you have the same amount of income, nothing has changed. But I can afford another $55 out of my pocket to keep renewing this loan so I don't have to pay it back in full. And usually, why they said, you know, for 5 months, you know, around April, people are getting back a tax return or something, refund. So then they get a lump sum so they can finally pay that off. But, you know, a couple months down the road after April, that cash is depleted, and so they're back in the same boat again. So, like I said, those are out there as an option for you, but you can clearly see you end up paying back a lot more than what you originally got back from that. So, besides credit cards, these bank loans, and these payday loans, we have all these options. Obviously, we still have cash, right? We can still pay in cash. Do most of you pay in cash or debit card? Cash? You actually pay? Okay. Is it actual cash or is it a debit card?
Cash, straight
Really?
cash.
You guys are very different from the last class. They were all debit. So, what are some advantages to paying in cash versus a debit card or a credit card even?
When you're paying in cash, you know exactly how much you have.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can lose track of how much is in your debit account.
Yeah. And it's very different when I go to the store and I hand the lady $300 cash versus, oh sure, I'll just swipe my card, right? You feel that money leaving you. Any other advantages to paying in cash or even a disadvantage? Yes.
You don't get like taxed on your credit card or whatever for like, you know, like a surcharge or whatever for using it. Pay in
Right.
cash, so you don't have to pay for like usage of it.
Right. No interest
Yeah.
on it. And does anyone know of like maybe stores around town that are locally owned that only accept checks or cash?
Corner Center.
Yeah. Does anyone know why they only accept cash or checks?
Because it's old.
What's that?
They don't wanna make anyone have a blank credit card.
Okay. Credit card's more instant than like a bounce check. It'll decline it right away.
But they have
With, yes,
Doesn't it cost them to use debit
Yep.
cards?
every time you swipe your card, that business is actually being charged, what, 3 to 4%?
4 is pretty much normal.
Okay, yeah, so every time you swipe your card at a business, they're being charged, because the credit card company has to process that, and so they're charging the business that processing fee. And so little mom and pop stores, they don't wanna have to pay that, because, you know, they're already probably trying to make it, so they say, okay, just cash. So if you can, have that option of either hitting credit or debit, with just your debit, always hit debit, okay? That'll save them money, because then they don't have to go through that processing fee. You're helping your local businessman. Yes?
I know another advantage to having cash, is, we went to St. Louis last year and my mom's card wouldn't let her pay for anything, you know, because it was a local one and she bought something here and then she went, when we got to St. Louis and it wouldn't let her because it was too far away.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and also depending on your bank, sometimes you can set up parameters, like, hey, if I have an out-of-state charge, flag it, you know, how they charge that. I went overseas and they flagged it right away, even though I called my bank and said, I'm going overseas, they flagged the first purchase for me, and I wasn't allowed to charge anything for a day and a half till they worked that out. So cash, yeah, I have the cash, I can buy whatever I want.
It kind of depends what side of the fence you're on for this one, but cash isn't traceable unless So if you like really don't want to be traced, cash is, and then also like I know that if you pay with cash and then you don't get a receipt or like they don't like the receipt printer isn't working, you can always look on your like credit history and you can see where you made purchases. Whereas like cash, you can't always do that.
Right, so credit card, it's easier to budget if you want to budget because you have that paper trail. At the end of the month, you have your statement. Cash is a little more anonymous if you want to do that. Any other thoughts? What about tracking it with, versus fraud? I mean, if someone steals $300 cash from you, you're out $300, right? If someone steals your credit card, yeah, you can cancel it. You may be, depending on what institution you have, you're not liable for fraudulent charges. I mean, there's a process. I mean, if you have cash stolen from you, well, you're out that cash. Okay. Okay, so, what you just did in your group activities was, section 4.2. So, you can go ahead and, the guided reading activity here in section 4.2, you can go ahead. You go ahead and click that and start kind of filling it in, and you'll notice the exact words that we used in the group activity are the words that you're using to fill in the blanks. So you guys can, you're at here at 2:15, right? So, 5 minutes to start on that, and then I have one last, like a ticket out the door. You guys, have you done the ticket out the door? Yeah.
Fifth grade.
Yeah. Okay, so. Yeah, guided reading 4.2. You guys will cover 4.1, but that'll be
Tomorrow.
Yep, 4.2.
Well, I can only see that one.
but just want to.
I can stay tuned. Yeah. Mm. Duh.
And then the last thing I'm gonna ask for you guys in this last 5 minutes, kind of on a scratch piece of paper, if you could answer this question, you do not have to put your name on it, it's just for my own knowledge of how well today went. So how is the finance charge and annual percentage rate EPR different? If you don't know, write down I don't know. And then as an option, if you would like to add on something that went well for you today, and something that I could have done differently to make today better for you. So you can just write that down as an option if you'd like on your paper as well.
How do I get the weird one?
Who do you think you are? Maybe you're gonna make me fun of me. You harassed me. Okay? And that's illegal in the state of Iowa.
That should be able to transfer.
In this great state.
Again, I'm sure as Indiana students, you're used to seeing a lot of us Simpson students, so we really appreciate you guys just tolerating us in your classrooms and letting us be here. Yeah, we're just trying to get our licensure and on to the next thing, so we really appreciate your patience with us and everything, so.
Do we need our name on this?
You do not, if you don't want to, I need it for my own, so you can be as honest as you want, what you liked today, what you didn't like today. So, and it's just for my reference, so I can be better.
Oh, you know. The huge.
So I'm very Gatsby too, and I'm super excited for it. Oh man, where did I just put my?
I turned yours
Oh,
right with mine. Just so I could
I thought it was the night.
You know, I'm not even sure who's talking to me right now.
Is that Denver?
Keegan, go fish or something.
Oh, I went fishing.
You said you turned mine in, right?
Do you wanna go tonight, like after school?
Yeah?
Maybe.
Do you have a hitch on the Jeep?
Yeah. Why?
Jimmy, you're talking to me right now. You turned mine in.
I turned hers in.
You actually not turned mine in? Yeah.
She probably.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I don't have a ball, but I have a receiver.
Oh.
So if you get a ball, like to put on, like sliding by your receiver.
Oh, I'll need a ball. I'll put a ball.
It's recorded. The one on the left.
Oh, yeah, she wants the ball.
Okay, we can borrow one.
Lean in there.
Right in.
How many possible?
Yeah, sure.
Focusing on Katie's face. Just focusing on Katie's face. Ow.